fellow NGOs and viewers. Welcome to another episode of NGO Corner. Come to my corner. My name is Dr. Joe. So today we are going straight to the point. And if you haven't subscribed, you can click the subscribe button. Today we are continuing the episode about what do you do next after you have registered your NGO. And we have been talking about the things you need to put in place. And we have been talking about establishing organizational policies. So I have a question for you. Are you an ED of an NGO, or do you work in an NGO? Does your organization have policies? You do? Oh, that's great. And you don't have. Far. An NGO cannot be seen as credible if they don't have established organizational policies. So today, don't worry, since you have come to join me in my NGO corner, we are going to strengthen the civic space by giving you advice on how to establish your organizational policies. The NGO that I founded is Widows and Orphans Empowerment Organization, acronym WEWE. And WEWE has various organizational policies that we have been using for over 11 years. These policies can be found if you go to WEWE's website, www.weweng.org. You can see samples of the policies on our website. And if you need help with the organization adapting these policies, we can provide that guidance for you. We can adapt your policies to suit your needs, and this is something that we'll be happy to guide you on. If you have any questions on how to update your policies or the areas where you need to improve on your policies, we are there for you in NGO Corner. So I want to mention the common mistakes the NGOs make in developing their organizational policies is that they just copy and paste. They just collect and one NGO's policy and they just copy it. Just do control find, identify all the places where the name is and just replace the name and say we have policies. No. If you have done that, foul. That is not the way to go. You have to adapt the policy to suit the organizational size, type, goals and objective. So that is one mistake people make. I have a confession to make. That's the NGO that I co-founded, made exactly that mistake. When we first started with our NGO, we said, we need to have policies. Okay, so we went to all these international organizations and we got their policies, their HR policy, their human rights policy. We said, see policy now, we just change the name of the organizations. I think that time it was John Snow International. We just copied their policy. And John Snow is an international NGO that has offices all over the world, has offices in headquarters in America, and they have over thousands of staff. So it's different from an organization that is small, just has about 40 staff in one country. So copying and pasting their policy, it didn't fit into our context. So it was very obvious that we copied and pasted their policy. So I'm not laughing at you if you did the same thing. I've done the same thing. I've been there, done that. So I've learned from experience, because when donors came to our office, they will come and look at our policies. So you have a whole library. I said, no, we don't have a library. But you copied and pasted now. So library is there. I said, oh, we don't have a library. You have a department, legal department. I said, no, I don't have a legal department. I just have one person who is a lawyer. I said, but you copied and pasted now, which says legal department, and you don't have. So copy and pasting is fine, but when people come to look at your policies, they will know that these policies don't fit what you're doing. Another thing they do is that the things that you say that are the processes in the policy, If you're not following them, donors also come and look at the policy and say, are you following this policy? Your policy said you will do 1, 2, 3. The policy says that before you buy something, you must do a bid quote for goods over 10 million, and maybe your organization has never even gotten 5,000, 10,000 naira before. So it looks so odd. I think if you understand what I mean. So you can use other people's policies who have an organization that is similar to yours, rather than an international organization. Like I wouldn't advise you to copy the policies of an international organization that is very large, because their policies will not fit a small local NGO that's operating in Nigeria as compared to an international NGO operating worldwide. So look for an organization that is like WEWE, that is in Nigeria, that it has processes and systems within Nigeria. So most likely, if you use those policies, a policy of an organization that is in Nigeria as a guide, it will be similar to your operations, and then it will be a better fit. That's what I recommend. So that's talking about policies. And how many policies are we talking about? Well, right now, the organization that I co-founded has 25 organizational policies. And even today, when I saw my email, we added another policy called safeguarding policy, not child safeguarding. This one is organizational safeguarding policy. We just added that one. We received the training from an international organization, and now we have another policy, so making about 26 policies. So I'm going to share with you one policy at a time, because we don't want, our time is just brief. We don't want to exhaust you. We just want to give you small nuggets, small information that you can use to, intake bit by bit as you learn on the way. So now we have, we're going to talk about one policy at a time, and so I'm choosing human resource policy. Have you seen the name human resource policy or manual, depending on what you want to call it? Now, human resource policy or manual, this is defined as a written guide, procedure, codes, and regulations that describe the organization's the way it manages employees and workplace activities within acceptable limits and within the labor laws of the countries that they are operating. And this human resource policy is a policy that guides the matters concerning employment and the state of organization in terms of recruitment, promotion, compensation, training, how do you select staff, disciplinary procedures. Human resource policies provide the framework within which you make decisions on how staff are treated, to minimize favoritism, to minimize discrimination, to create an effective working environment for staff to work, making sure that staff that are onboarded, that newly start work, have their tools, have their emails. All these are described in the HR policy. So we're going to do something here. We're going to give you the outline of an HR policy briefly, so that you can begin to know what makes up the content of the HR policy. So if you look at the screen, we have, I'm taking this from WEWE's HR policy, and let me tell you, the greatest risk in an NGO, ED, if you're a fellow ED listening to me, or you plan to set up an NGO, the greatest risk in Nigeria in terms of organizational risk to challenges with statutory bodies, with human issues, human management issues, is HR. In fact, that is where I've had most of the challenges in my organization, is HR. In fact, HR, if you take it for granted, you just land yourself in staff taking you to court. Then so many issues, even the donors will be looking into how do you pay staff. And if you don't pay staff the way they want, they'll ask you to pay back. So we've gone through all those issues. My organization has gone through several USID reviews, several donor assessments, and so over 11 years we have, taken a lot of knocks and taken a lot of assessments and reviews from USAID, from donors, and so now we have been used um, all those reviews and assessments, and we have used it to update our policy over and over again. Even recently, we had another update that we're going to put in our policy based on the experience we've been having. We've had much experiences. We've turned over 100 plus staff over the years. So the experience we've had, we've been able to work with our board to update our policy, and I can say we have a HR policy that is it is a HR policy that was developed from pain and suffering and lessons learned from all the experience we have managing over 100 staff, getting financial reviews from USAID, and now our policy is really tight. It's really one of the best, to my own view, it's one of the best policies that anybody can adopt because of it's a practically developed policy based on experiences. I mean, the scars of war are on that policy. So let's go through quickly and talk about what the policy contains. It talks about the organization vision, mission, and values and ideologies. Then it talks about also the equal opportunity that we have for employers. Then it talks about the recruitment process. How do you recruit staff? It talks about employees or relatives of employees. What is their WEWE's position on it? It talks about offers of employment. It talks about training and orientation of new staff, probational period, employment conditions and practices. It talks about reassigning and job transfer, working hours. What are the working hours? Talks about what is the compensation, how much do we pay staff, and it talks about dress code. What is the dress code in your organization? Like in WEWE, we don't allow casual. There's some NGOs that they allow cap and jeans, and because they work on the field, they are humanitarian. They go and save lives. In our own organization, we said no jeans, no leggings, no. We always know. Some people come to office and say, are you wearing jeans? Is that jeans? They say, no, ma, it's chinos. I say, is that leggings? They say, no, ma, it's trouser. It looks like leggings. And then we start laughing. Because we have a dress code. I mean, when I notice that somebody is dressing casually, I will just send the HR policy, that section, to them an email that in our office, we don't allow jeans. We don't allow leggings. We dress formal business wear. So that's on dress code. Then you have performance evaluation and salary reviews. Then we have employment benefits. We have several types of employment benefits, all well described. That is an area that's high risk. If it's not properly described, people can, misinterpret what they're supposed to get, and if they don't get what they think they're supposed to get, they can take it to court very easily. So it has to be clearly spelled out and documented. And most donors, they hold you to your policy, so you have to make sure your policy is very clear. So we've gone through this, we've changed it so many times, and now it's almost perfect, but still, we can still improve on things. We have the type of holidays, the insurance, medical plans we have for staff. We have the grounds for termination of employment, the grounds for termination of benefits, communication in meetings. We have information on confidentiality, disciplinary action. If any staff is erring, what are the steps to take? Conflict of interest, performance improvement planning if somebody is not doing well. Then we have health and safety guidance. Children in the workplace, are children allowed in the workplace? And then we have professional development, that is if you have professional staff who they have professional fees that need to be paid. What do? We have work environment. What is the productive work environment means? Because like WEWE, my NGO, we are faith-based. So our work environment, we allow prayers. We allow prayers in the afternoon and so on. And then we have what is WEWE salary structure, and then so many timesheets, how time management. So all these our topics, and also we have code of conduct, code of ethics, and checklist for personnel file, fringe benefits, allowance, WEWE salary structure is the table with where WEWE salary structure describing, if you get this particular, you have these particular qualifications and this number of years of experience, then you can get this amount of salary and benefits and so on. So these are the policy is long. It's about how many pages now? Let me see how many pages it is total. I'm going to the policy now. See how many pages it is. It's 36 pages. Very extensive policy, and we really, I think this is one of WEWE's, as I said, best policies. And so we've come to the end of today's episode on establishing policies as the next step after registering your NGO. And the policy we're talking about today is human resource policies. So I hope all of you that are listening to me, you have an NGO and you're an ED, you have a human resource policy. If you don't have, then I hope this episode helped you to have an idea of the fact that 1, you need a policy, HR policy. 2, the importance of the HR policy. 3, what are the things that make up a policy? And we you can also ask questions on the blog, and we can reply your questions. If you need further information, you can visit the website where we have samples of policies on the website, and you can get more information on that. And then if you enjoy this presentation, then this episode, then click the like button, share, and then also you can make comments. And then there's a bell button that you can click that can tell you of the next episode. The next episode, we'll be talking about procurement policy. And then after that, we'll talk about the accounting policy and then the asset management policy. So many policies, over 26 policies. We'll take it day by day, and we hope that this will help you to have your established policies. So that's the end of today's episode. Thank you for listening, and I hope you're looking forward that we're working to partner and collaborate with EFCC, SCUMIL, CAC, and National Housing Fund, and PENCOM, NSITF, all these statutory bodies. We have talked to them, and they're so excited about coming on to join us on this video blog to share updated information. I went to National Housing Fund, I told you, and they told me that there's a 2% interest on the money that we deposit, and we collect it at the age of 60. I'm like, I didn't know that 2% interest was on our National Housing Fund. So a lot of goodies are coming, and it's not only going to be me talking all the time. We're going to have guests on this blog, and we're going to hear it from the horse's mouth, updates about these things we can do to strengthen our NGOs. So come over to NGO Corner. This is NGO Corner, and this is Dr. Joe. Thank you for listening. Bye.